Hello everybody, this is Nerdy Geeky, and recently I watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film from 2014, and I hated it, and here's why. And I had to trim this list down quite a lot to try and get only 5 main reasons why this was awful. So let's start. The whole film should have been titled April O'Neil rather than the Ninja Turtles, because it's an April O'Neil-centric film all about her trying to become a respected journalist, which she already was in the cartoons, so I don't understand why she wasn't in the film. It almost feels like a very regurgitated storyline that the female is not taken seriously, so she goes out and she does something extraordinary, and I didn't like the storyline for the whole film. The sexism in this film is on a whole new level for Michael Bay. I mean, we've had 2 Transformers films completely objectifying Megan Fox, and now here's another film just completely objectifying Megan Fox and her body, which isn't just done by Michelangelo, but also Will Arnett. But Michelangelo, he is a massive perv all the way through this film, talking about having adult conversations. I mean, this is real life. He'd have a sexual harassment suit against him from April. So I didn't like how much sexual innuendo there was in this film. It was unnecessary, and it took a little bit of the innocence and the childhood away from this film. Didn't like it. The racism is just on par with any other Michael Bay production. Michelangelo again is the worst for this, being a completely negative stereotype for African Americans. But the other turtles are also negative stereotypes for all their archetypes, and they were just cardboard cutout characters, and they were offensive, and Michelangelo was the worst for this. Even though he used to be my favourite when I was a child, he was actually just one giant racial stereotype wrapped up in a mutant ninja turtle. I mean, really? The plot for this story was just ridiculous. They had to make it personal to April, again making it April-centric. The original storyline is that toxic waste goes down a drain and it mutates 4 turtles and a rat. In this storyline, there were turtles that were experimented on by April's father in a lab with William Fichtner's character, and when it burnt down, she saved them and put them down the drain along with Splinter. I didn't like it, it was unnecessary, and it was just unbelievable that she would be the one to find them when they start venturing outside of the sewers. It was unnecessary to make it personal, and I don't know why they did that, but it didn't work for the film. It was unrealistic, and there's no point changing a storyline that everybody loves and everybody knows. Okay, let's talk about Shredder, because this was probably the worst part of the film. I was really looking forward to seeing this guy, and we ended up with this guy, this mecha Edward Scissorhands. I don't understand what's with all the knives. Why is he some sort of weird mech suit? He was originally just a martial artist in a costume with a lot of spikes and knives all over his costume, but they didn't shoot out of him. He didn't pull him back with some sort of weird magnetic device that's never explained properly. I didn't like Mecha Shredder. I don't know why he went that way, and it was just all CGI as well, so it took a lot of the realism out. In the end, we had CGI turtles fighting CGI Shredder, and there was just too much CGI. So that's my main reasons for really not liking this film, and I really did have to trim this list down a lot to make a shorter video. There are a lot of other reasons why this film doesn't work. In fact, this is the main reason why this film doesn't work. Michael Bay just makes films with a formula he thinks works, and it doesn't work. It's why all the Transformers films are exactly the same as each other. It's why the next Turtles film is going to be exactly the same as this. Here's just a few that I managed to trim down. Dumb jokes, fart, sexual jokes, just stupid jokes in general. Raphael's end speech is unrealistically too long. They would have just crashed on the floor ages ago. They all learned to work together because of some game they played when they were young. It was dumb. They didn't need that. They're ninjas. And there was too many references to other films which constituted most of the jokes. So if you go into this film not knowing a lot of other films, or maybe you're taking your kid and they haven't watched a lot of these films, they won't understand these jokes. There should have been more situational jokes and not just references to other films which are way better than this film. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please check out my other videos or maybe even subscribe. I'll put my other links in the description below, and please feel free to put any comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you thought about this film, or why maybe you thought it was a good film, or maybe some redeeming factors from this film. Personally, I don't think this film has any redeeming factors. Thank you for watching. Seriously, you should just go and watch this film.